It is my pleasure to introduce today's session moderator, Ms. Soumya Abhilash Nair. Ms. Soumya Abhilash Nair is a seasoned educator with over 6 years of experience in teaching. Her professional journey is enriched by a diverse array of freelancing projects, including career counseling and initiatives centered on empowering women, with a special focus on supporting Army families. In her personal life, Soumya is a devoted mother to a special child, which drives her to embrace resilience and creativity. She has a profound passion for birdwatching and enjoys immersing herself in literature. Recently, she has ventured into texture art, exploring her artistic potential and bringing her imagination to life. Soumya's love for nature is evident in her trekking adventures, where she actively seeks out and identifies different species of butterflies. Her multifaceted interests and dedication make her a remarkable individual who thrives both professionally and personally. Hearty welcome, Ms. Soumya. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was never described so much beautifully than this. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I'm Soumya Abhilash Nair, a learner and a teacher by profession. Greetings from Extra Mile. It is a leading educational platform envisioned by Dr. Abdul Salam, the founder of PTAG, to revolutionize education and training. With its unparalleled pool of resource persons, Extra Mile excels in delivering customized online and offline training across India. Before we begin, I would like to express my words of gratitude to Dr. Abdul Salam and Extra Mile Education and Training for providing me this wonderful opportunity as the moderator of today's session. I also extend my warm and hearty welcome to all the participants. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that today, 22nd March, is International Water Day. Water is not just essential for our life, but it plays a very important role in our wellness too. Water symbolizes flow, calmness, and balance, which is exactly what wellness presents for us in our professional and personal life. As educator, our wellness deeply influences not only our effectiveness in teaching, but also our interpersonal relationship with kids, parents, and colleagues. So today's session is rightly timed as we explore how wellness plays a pivotal role in shaping our daily lives. Before we dive into today's session, I would go over a few important points for smooth and interactive experience. Number one, if you have any queries during the session, please feel free to post them in the chat box. Number two, for an interactive experience, you are encouraged to clear your doubts by asking questions. Kindly use the virtual hand raise button and wait for your name to be called before speaking. Third, regarding certificate, kindly visit the website www.b-tag.in. And if it's your first time, sign up. It is very user-friendly portal and you will receive your certificate via registered WhatsApp number. Now, I would like to introduce the key members of Extra Mile Training and Education, starting with Dr. Abdul Salam. We are honored to have Dr. Abdul Salam with us, the visionary founder and CEO of Bharat Transformer and Academic Group and Extra Mile Education and Training. He is also a distinguished CBSE resource person and master trainer with a wealth of contribution to education sector as an assessor for National Accreditation Board for Education and Training under the Government of India. Dr. Salam brings in wealth of knowledge and experience. On behalf of all the participants, I heartily welcome Dr. Salam to address the audience.
Thank you, Ms. Soumya. Good evening, respected resource person, Mallika Sen, Biju sir, and all who have joined. Hearty welcome to Extra Mile Education and Training. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think it paused for a moment. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Hearty welcome to Extra Mile Education and Training. Very important topic today. And at the outset, let me thank Mallika ma'am for uh, proposing this particular topic because teachers seem to be exhausted, at the end of the academic year, all throughout. Well, uh, it all depends upon, the work environment, uh, professional, atmosphere and personal dealings. Well, this topic, teacher burnout, has been, going around the globe, discussing for solutions. And studies reveal that 70% of teachers feel what a kind of emotional exhaustion, and 65 percentage report reduced personal achievement in their career. And this stress, what do you call, is stress or burnout, is something, it is inevitable, which everybody should try to eradicate or get rid of through different mechanisms. It's a teamwork, not only the teachers, even the management, principals, the heads, leaders, coordinators, whoever are dealing with, they should, understand the burnout or the stress that is affecting the workplace, and largely on teachers. So here we are sitting with you to discuss the scenario and suggest a few mechanisms or strategies through which you can deal with the stress. In fact, stress is there everywhere, not only in teaching, but in the nowadays workplace, you can see even youngsters, they experience stress and termination, everything, and their job security is also not there because of the intervention of AI. So stress is everywhere, not only in the field of teaching, but definitely teachers do complain of workload, etc., etc. So that will be there, but as a team we have to work towards eliminating this stressed environment and strike a balance between professional life and personal life. So wish you all the very best. Let's listen to Mallika ma'am for the strategies which we can adopt in order to ease out the stressful environment. So hearty welcome once again. Thank you so much. Over to Soumya ma'am. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I rightly agree with you that neither corporates nor schools nor even parents are spared from stress nowadays. Thanks to the social media intervention, we all are trying to match up with each other and trying to copy paste parenting techniques too. So, stress is there in parenting too nowadays. Now, we would move ahead with my introducing Mr. Biju ESP. Mr. Biju ESP has an extensive background in education, serving as the principal of many reputed CBSE schools. He is also a co-director of Extra Mile Education and Training. Sir, we are truly honored to have you here with us. I now request Mr. Pillai to share his thoughts with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Soumya ma'am, respected director, today's resource person Mallika Sen ma'am, and all other educators. A very good topic. As you know, each and every organ of our body, once it perfectly works, only then the person is all right. So we just think about each and every organ of our body as teachers and the brain as the principal. So the brain is the one who has to tackle all the matters, and also from the external pressure, whatever we are getting, that also we have to cooperate, we have to adjust, we have to calm down, we have to make the classroom situation all in such a way that everything works smoothly. So likewise, these teachers' tension, it can be from many sides, from the management side, from the principal side, from the parent side. So all this we have to tackle in many situations, and such some similar situations arises in every schools where we have to be very careful. So the principal or the higher authorities should take this matter very seriously, so that all the teachers, they are working very calmly. They should have a very good atmosphere inside the school premises where they can uh, work very peacefully and do the bring out the best uh, result, and also make the moral values keep on developing in every student. So in keeping all in view, we have to listen to today's speakers words and uh, suggestions, where we each school can improve their teachers and make the teachers tension everything calm down to a certain extent. So let us listen to Malika ma'am's class session today, so that all the teachers will take the advantage. Surely will get that advantage. Thank you. Back to Soumya ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable insight. Finally, I would like to introduce our esteemed resource person for the session. Participants, you will be captivated by their insight and stories. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Malika Sen Gupta. She is the principal of Narayana School, Durgapur. She has an illustrious 17 years of experience in teaching fraternity. She is a CBSE Bharat Sahyodaya uh, resource person. She is a CBSE resource person, New Delhi, and BTAG moderator. Her educational accolades are from India as well as international. She has an expertise in English, education, and training. A highly qualified educator with multiple degrees, she has trained teachers and educators across India as well as abroad. We are delighted to have you in today's session, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Thank you so much, Soumya ma'am, for the introduction. I hope I'm audible to you.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Salam sir, for giving me the opportunity once again. Thank you so much, Biju sir, meeting after a long time. You know, it's been a long time that we have met. And today's session, as very rightly sir was telling, that, once the session uh, ends, we have to get ourselves again recharged for the next session, right? So, like in my school, today was a report card day, or we can say results were there, and orientations and graduation day. So it was a day of full of activities. But surprisingly, this topic, which I was actually thinking of taking, and sir was also, typing that will you like to take, and that same topic matched. So I'm really grateful to God that coincidences do happen. So I was preparing myself for this topic. The topic's name was different, and as sir suggested, it's definitely teachers' well-being, which is important for the education sector. Now I can see almost 149 participants joining us. Thank you so much for joining on time. And before we move ahead, just one question I want to ask everyone, and you can please use the chat box to write the answer. That why have you selected this profession? Is it only for passion, or is it only as a profession? Only two options: passion or profession as an educator. I can see most of the answers running towards me on the screen as passion. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So most of us here today in this evening of March have joined together because we are passionate about our job which we are doing here. So we don't treat this particular profession as only a profession which will give us money or fame or whatever we want for in this life. It is actually out of passion. Now, when we talk about passion, we should have that fire as well, right? And somebody to ignite the passion in us. And that is first starts with ourselves, I feel. When that passion is within us to ignite the fire. Okay, initially a passion, now a profession. Sushma ma'am, I'll get back to you. Okay, so, it shouldn't be, right? So this journey, you love your profession. Chandrima ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, what is the difference between passion and profession? Can you please give one reason that what's the difference between profession and passion? Passion is intrinsic. Okay, Kavita ma'am is answering. Thank you so much. Any other answers, Soumya ma'am, in the chat box?
No, ma'am.
Chosen my hobby as my profession. Okay. Heart and soul, Ramya ma'am
Yeah.
says. Profession is extrinsic, absolute.
Extrinsic.
Is our love. Yes, Abhishek sir says. Yeah, absolutely. So most of the answers are like intrinsic and extrinsic, right? So something which we love to do, which comes from inside, that gives us more satisfaction. Yes, willingness, peace, happy. If we go into that, that never feels, then we cannot feel those burden of a profession, or we never get bored out of it, right? Every day it seems like a new day with new challenges and new positivity. But then what happens that after certain years, we teachers, we educators, start feeling like, okay, now it is not happening, or I cannot continue anymore, or I'm feeling exhausted, or I feel like I cannot balance myself with my professional and personal life. So what are these factors which builds us in this way that we start thinking negatively, or even at sometimes to quit this profession or go for some other profession, or maybe to do something else and stop this job which you have actually started as your passion. So that's the topic today, that teaches wellness and why, what are the reasons for burnout, and how we can actually fight with those points. Yes, Sushma ma'am says profession is what you do for a living, passion is what drives you and brings you joy. Absolutely ma'am, thank you so much. So with this, I'll start my presentation. Thank you so much for the answers. I'm sharing my screen. Soumya ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. You need to put it in slide mode, ma'am. Perfect, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so today's topic, teacher wellness. So how we can, have some strategies to combat or fight with the burnouts which we face during this journey as an educator. And to begin with, we will begin with one very nice quote, like any dream which you have already answered, or any dream, any goal that has been planted in your mind long back, which you thought that, I want to be an educator. I want to do something for the society, for the students, for the children. That comes in your mind also comes with the power to make it happen. Right. So I feel that we have that power to make it happen. That's why we are educators, the profession which most of the people around us feel like, okay, I don't want to be a teacher. When I go into a class, hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're there.
When we go into
You,
the,
you are there.
yes, when we go into a class, what happens? At times we ask the question, what you want to be, what is your goal? You will hardly find anybody standing up and telling that I want to be a teacher. Right?
True.
Why so? Because there are a lot of challenges which most of us are scared or afraid of taking. right? Because we are dealing with so many people around us, our management, our hierarchies, the parents, the students, our colleagues. So lots of challenges, which most of the time people are afraid to take or accept, right? But then when we think about happiness, it is always a teacher who is happy going to the class can create a happy environment. Now, moving ahead, can anybody please volunteer and read this beautiful thought on the screen? Yes? Okay. Anyone can please unmute and read that why we are teachers. Is it only to just teach or something else?
Participants would, if they would like to read out, we can unmute them if they raise their hands.
Yeah. Smita N. Ma'am says that she would like to read it.
Okay, just a second. Yes, ma'am.
Smita ma'am, you can read it now. Smita ma'am, you can
Is she
read it now,
unmuted?
ma'am.
We can go ahead with Soumya, ma'am. You can read, ma'am. Soumya.
Okay, sure,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'll read it. I wasn't born to just teach. I was born to inspire others, to change people, and to never give up, even when faced with challenges that seem impossible.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. So I over here is all of us who are there in this session and all others, all the teaching fraternity, we are not born to just teach. We are born to inspire others, which we are doing every day. We are born to change the people around us, especially our learners, and we are born to never give up. Come what may, whatever be the challenges, sometimes it does seem impossible, but then it should not be impossible in our dictionary, right? So that type of challenges, if we have, we can definitely combat with the burnouts what we are facing right now, maybe after each and every session. And I'm going to share one video with you. Just let me know if the sound or the audio is there or not, ma'am. I'm playing it. And check out what is the role that we are doing. We are just not only teachers. I mean, is the audio there?
No, ma'am. No, audio is not there.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. The audio is, the audio is.
Thank you. Thank you. So, you've just seen a video which is showing that now today's generation teachers, or we as 21st century teachers, when we are talking about 21st century skills, it is not only about education. So many roles we are playing. And yes, it's a tough task, to match up to the expectations of the learners, of the management, of the parents, and so many roles we have to play in a child's life. Can anyone please write in the chat box what are the other pointers which was there on the screen, if you remember, that apart from a teacher, what you are? Can you please use the chat box to write?
Archana
Like
ma'am
apart
says
from a
catalyst.
teacher, yeah, what are the other roles that we are playing every day and which was there on the screen in that video? Yes, ma'am.
Archana ma'am says we play the role of a catalyst. Neeta ma'am says mentor. AM ma'am says mentor. Lavanya ma'am says felicitator, entrepreneur. Archana S ma'am says motivator. Kavita ma'am says felicitator, entrepreneur. One plus,
Yes.
I don't know the name, but they say mentor and facilitator. Mentors,
Facilitator, yes.
facilitators, yes.
Yes. Thank you,
Teachers,
Soumya ma'am.
yes.
Yes, absolutely. So we have so many roles to play. If we have, and we have again a time limit, right? We have to make our lesson plans, we have to make our question papers, the answer keys, then we have to write our pedagogies according to the topics, we have to do the corrections, right? We have to complete our syllabus. So many, parameters are there which will judge our performance, maybe yearly or maybe half yearly, whatever it is. So if we are coping up the traditional method of teaching on whatever we are doing, that this is my job and this is my roles and responsibilities, there are few other roles which are not highlighted, but that also you are doing, which we are talking about today, right? So you're constantly, mentoring your children, you're trying to give them, the emotional support, mental support, apart from the education that you are imparting in the classes. And apart from that, everything, the whole holistic development, when we talk about the whole well-being of that child, also depends on that teacher. So in this case, like how to cope up with the situation, and when we start thinking and we try to keep ourselves stretching, maybe we are doing corrections for a long hour at night, and again early morning we're going to the school, again we have to give our best, maybe that day itself an observation is there, right, in the classroom, when you're not ready with the lesson plan. So but you have to give your best because it's an observation class. So you, like, there are no full stop in our work, right? That's why we say 24 into 7 teachers do work. Whether you are doing cooking in the kitchen also, you start thinking, after this, what is my next plan, right? What I'm going to teach the next day. Sunday afternoon always brings us the thought that, okay, now I have to get ready for Monday to Saturday. So constantly our brain is working to give the best to the children, obviously the learners first, and along with that I have to balance my personal and professional life. So in this way, what happens, a lot of stress comes, and which we cannot avoid. We can't say that, okay, I'm not stressed out, or we can't say that way, I'm very much relaxed, I will see what happens. We are always trying to give the perfect and trying to reach out that level of expectation that management or children wants from us, right? So if you can see in this picture, there are so many photographs or images on the screen which we are actually trying to balance and which gives us stress, right? Now, can you please write in the chat box what is it that gives you stress in your life? Any one point, as per the teaching, as per considered in the teaching profession. What is it that you feel that is very heavy to do? You don't want to, but you have to do. Yes, please. What gives you stress?
Abhishek sir says checking notebooks. Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. Jayachitra ma'am
All the
says
secrets will come
overburden.
out now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kavita ma'am says
No.
shortest deadlines.
Yes. Very
Reena
bad.
ma'am
Yeah.
says make the ends meet. Bharti ma'am says
Yes,
peer
yes.
pressure. Smita ma'am says syllabus completion. We agree with you, ma'am.
We agree
Uh,
with all the points. Yeah.
yeah. Sarika ma'am says documentation of all work.
Yes, ma'am. That is very important now. Yeah.
AM ma'am says unequal division of work. Sai Sudha ma'am says
Okay.
unable to bring in discipline in the class. Okay,
Hmm. Yes.
that's really important nowadays.
Absolutely.
Archana ma'am, Archana ma'am says low marks from students and
Yes. But the question is to
three.
the educator, why low marks?
Yeah, again.
Yes.
Another important
Aishwarya,
point is there are shortage of teachers. Because of that,
Ye-
overloading is there.
true,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
True, sir. Anita Prasad ma'am says making the children to concentrate on study. That's a very vital
Yes,
point, actually. Yeah.
absolutely.
Ranjita ma'am adds fee calls. Apart from
Uh,
studies, we also have to make fee calls. That's true, ma'am.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes, yes. Fee calls. Yeah.
Niloy says, sir says, marks improvement.
Hmm.
Sultana ma'am says, play sometimes with student. Chandrima ma'am says, completing my work regarding teaching. Sujata
Okay.
ma'am to drag students to concentrate and study. Sophia ma'am
Hmm.
says, cooperation from parents and students. A lot of
Okay.
them are there, ma'am. Students' behavior, admin work, parent satisfaction.
Hmm.
Hemanta ma'am says meeting expectation. Sushma ma'am
Yeah.
mentions screen time.
Hmm. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your responses and prompt responses. I don't have to do anything. You're already giving so many answers on which we are going to discuss. So don't take this as a session. Actually, we will, the more we discuss with each other, the more we discuss about the problem, and there is definitely a solution also, right? And as because we're in the same fraternity, we understand each other that what are we facing and how we can cope up with that. That's why we are here today evening, right? So it is not only about learning anything. It's a session where we can talk about our problems, we can find out solutions and steps that how we can go ahead in the next session, forgetting whatever we have faced in the previous session. So many points, the participants, you have already told, right? And when we feel all this stress, your paper correction, your syllabus completion, your handling with the parents, dealing with the children, make them feel attentive in the class, whatever points, your fees collection, fees calling. Okay, one educator has told. So there are some extra work, and yes, documentation, ma'am has told, I think. So documentation, a lot of paperwork, right? So, and then yes, internal assessments are there, projects are there. Apart from that, we have annual day, we have annual sports, then we have so many events and celebrations which we already plan in the month of March to be starting from the month of April, right? So many events, celebrations, sports day, annual day. Then there are many other celebrations like Republic Day, Independence Day. So many activities also we do along with that: picnics, excursions, educational trips, field trips. So many things we are doing in this one session. Definitely it is stressful, not an easy job at all. And really we should give a pat to on ourselves, that we, the ones who are still here after all this stress and all this pressure, still we never think of quitting, right? That is very, very important. Still, if you have the same passion which you have written in the beginning when I asked you, then definitely 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, end of the day we will feel that peace and satisfaction, that why I'm here in this profession, I'm going to definitely meet up to that expectations, right? Now when you feel stressed out, as you can see on the picture, so many points are given. What affects you most? Is it your mental health, or is it your physical health or emotional health? Which one? Which one affects you the most? Your mental,
Abhishek
your
sir
physical, or your
mentions
emotional?
emotional.
Emotional. Okay.
Yeah. Sai Sudha ma'am says all the three. Niloy sir
Mm.
says mental. Reena ma'am mentions about mental health. Archana ma'am
Yeah.
mentions about emotional mental health, uh,
Yes, ma'am.
emotional and health. Archana
Okay.
S mentions about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Inamudu M ma'am mentions about both. Madhuri ma'am mentions mental and emotional. Yasmin ma'am
Yes, ma'am.
says all the three.
Okay.
Suchitra ma'am
So,
says
yes.
emotional,
Yes,
mental,
ma'am.
and physical ma'am.
Yes,
I
ma'am. Yes,
think
ma'am.
a lot
I
of
think
us
no
are
option should
trying to, yeah,
be given, right? All are there,
yeah.
isn't it? So everything is getting affected when we are stressed out, when we feel stressed out and we feel like we cannot balance, and that is what is called burning out from inside, right? And
Mm.
then we that is called a state where you it results from the stress. Absolutely, mental health gets affected, physically, emotionally also. There we feel like, we are stressed out. But somewhere social health also, we can say, we say social relations, or we live in a society, social health also, because when we are not well in all the three factors as we are discussing, definitely somewhere we start reacting in a different way, right? As you can see on the screen, these are the external sources of stress which we can, there are two words mentioned on the screen: distress and eustress, right? So distress means, with the factors which causes anxiety, concern, maybe short term during examination time, during results time, or maybe sometimes long term when we think about the results and in the finals, what will it be. It makes us feel unpleasant, coping with the abilities, it decreases our performance. But when we talk about the other part of stress, that is eustress, which is positive, which this which sometimes motivates us. Suppose there is a deadline and you feel like I will be able to do it. The moment you are able to cope up with that deadline and you have completed your work, oh my god, the peace that you feel and the confidence that you feel, I have finally done that. That motivates us for the next work, right? It makes us feel excited. When new challenges are given, maybe new responsibility the principal is giving, or your in charge is actually telling you, I have full faith on you, confidence on you, I know you can do it. So such type of stress sometimes is actually motivating us to stretch ourselves for the best results or move ahead with new abilities and new performances with much more in a much more improved way. So when we talk about stress, again, external and internal. External, fine, we have to take care of our health, have good food, the pollution free atmosphere, safety, physical, social, economic, whatever we say. And then we have the internal sources of stress as well, where we start believing something, some kind of negative conversations, or we start thinking, if I'm not able to do that, then what will happen? Some perceptions are there. When we talk about perceptions, I will come to that afterwards. So some perceptions are there that, okay, I will not be able to do it, or I can't do it, or there is a denial somewhere in our mind, okay, that any work, any extra work is given, we deny that, no, it will not be possible for me to do, please give it to someone else. These are also some of the pointers which we face during our journey as an educator, right? So in then how to build up the uh, take care, just a minute. Now, how to build up? If you see here in this slide, there's a lot of things going on. But when we are burning out, when we have so much of stress and it is affecting our mental, physical, emotional health, then what we feel definitely very tired, sometimes frustrated, start blaming others, start having doubts on ourselves, on our capabilities, right? Sometimes we feel too overwhelmed. So if you see in this picture, what is it? Rise in student demands and expectations. As many participants had written, the student demands rises, expectations becomes more from the teacher. Okay, that gives us definitely a stress. Increase in the workload, maybe, or maybe in the administration work or documentation work, or self expectations, and always trying to do the perfect, error free work. There are many educators whom I have seen, right, who always try to do error free work. That is definitely a stressful job again. that no error should be there and nobody should point out any of my errors. Sometimes we might have errors, it's very common, natural. Sometimes it is okay. You don't have to be too you start overthinking on that how it happened, why it happened, it has never happened with me earlier. It's okay. Sometimes if errors are there, just let it go and make sure next time it is not. So perfectionism, always trying to get the perfectionism, definitely creates a stress. Sometimes lack of social and emotional competence, where there are no trainings as such, time to time. That's why trainings are very, very important. That's why CBSE is asking of so many trainings in a year with different topics, not only subject related, even generic CBPs, or if you talk about the life skills. So there should be some kind of continuous training which we should attend, to build up our social and emotional competence. Because continuously, if you keep working, then it becomes difficult. We need a break somewhere, right? Then we have so many people whom we deal with, thousands of interpersonal contacts in a day. If you see your mobile phone, there will be so many pictures and videos, and it is almost most of the time the gallery is full, and you are most of the time deleting. There is no memory as such. So you can understand that how much of work we are doing in one session. Not only that, if you see your contact list, every year it increases, right? Every batch comes to you, their parents number, students number. They keep calling you for any other problems, or maybe they want you to, they feel that you are the one who can sort out. So there are so many interpersonal contacts, not only your colleagues, as I said, your students, parents, the other staff with whom you're working. So many contacts you have to remember. So many parameters are there in the workplace which you have to remember. Then lack of time, yes, that definitely creates a stress, as many of you have written in the chat boxes few minutes back, that we feel like I have loads of work and the clock is just ticking away, right? As if I'm not I don't know what I will do if I'm not able to complete it on time. So this stretches out and we have sleepless nights again, right? Accountability, most of the time, if any job is given to you and you are the in charge, or you are the person designated for some programs, that also definitely creates a stress, that keeps on, the teacher keeps on thinking that what innovative ways I can do the best, which nobody has done. So these type of accountability, or if anything, any wrong happens, what I will tell to the principal or to the management, right? And lastly, many parents, we find they are demanding. So as you said, like fee related calls, or it might be like the results, they will ask you a lot of questions, why my child is not improving. So many questions you have to answer. So the demanding parents, as we talk about. So then how to cope up with all this, right? Just next slide, I'll move. So the
Radha ma'am
next slide
agrees to
tells
all
us,
our points.
yes, ma'am.
Radha ma'am is agreeing to all our points. I think we are
Thank you.
sisterhood in profession.
Thank you so much. Now I will show you one data over here on the screen. Teacher burnout rate versus industry gender wise. If you see here, and let's analyze, if you see the percentage, all the industries this side, and female and male both, and you can see workers and teachers. So this is the rate of burnout for the teachers and the other industries, if we keep it aside. And in this, you can see the female burnout rate is how much? Yes, Soumya ma'am. The screen is all,
55%.
yeah. So we are also, I
55%
think,
for us.
in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And male faculties or teachers, 44%. So they are on the
Okay.
safer side, if we say. Okay. So we are burning out more. As per the data, it is said here, not talking about male or female. It is actually same. If we see that we are talking about profession over here, right? The teachers' burnout rate is the highest as per the data, where we can see that how much we are actually giving to this profession, right? How much we are burning out inside, outside, to cope up with the changes in the curriculum, changes in the education system, changes in the question paper pattern, changes maybe in the marking scheme. There are so many changes which are happening in the education industry. It is not that what we started and it is still continuing. Every year we have to adapt to new changes. So it is not definitely an easy job, right? And we keep on, running after the changes and making ourselves trained and perfect. Now I'm going to show you this video. I know everybody has seen this movie, right? But this is the first part which you will see here. There are two characters. I'm just playing it. And
ওটা
just tell me the
অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে
audio
ছিল
is
দ্যাট ওয়াজ মাই
audible.
ফেভারিট 100 অফ ইয়ার্স
Yeah.
আমিরদা একটা ফটো হবে कसके जूता कसके बेल्ट खौस के अंदर अपनी शर्ट मंजिल को चली सवारी कंधों पे जिम्मेदारी हाथ में फाइल मन में दम मीलों मील चलेंगे हम हर मुश्किल से टकराएंगे टस से मस ना होंगे हम दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो ये सोते भी है टेंशन आगे रहने की है टेंशन मेहनत इनको प्यारी है एकदम आज्ञाकारी है आज्ञाकारी है ये ऑमलेट पर ही जीते हैं ये टॉनिक सारे पीते हैं वक्त पे सोते वक्त पे खाते तान के सीना बढ़ते जाते दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो यहाँ अलग अंदाज है जैसे छिड़ता कोई साज है हर काम को टाला करते हैं ये सपने पाला करते हैं ये हरदम सोचा करते हैं ये खुद से पूछा करते हैं क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो ये वक्त के कभी गुलाम नहीं इन्हें किसी बात का ध्यान नहीं तितली से मिलने जाते हैं ये पेड़ों से बतियाते हैं ये हवा बटोरा करते हैं बारिश की बूंदे पड़ते हैं और आसमान के कैनवस पे ये कलाकारियां करते हैं क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो क्यों मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो क्यों दुनिया का नारा
So, you know how fast their lives are, or we can say our lives are. So we move according to the clock. We keep the alarm and we set ourselves as per the clock. And this time, a whole day is packed with a lot of activities, we can say, right? Which definitely at times gives us stress. How many of your lives are like this? This you can write I, or you can say no, right? How many is actually like this? You can raise your hand also that I'm also like this. I keep running, keep running, keep running. I keep checking the clock. What's the time? Yeah, how many of us here? I'm also there, definitely, in that.
Including me.
Yes, ma'am.
Starting from breakfast to the day ends, it is always
Yes,
planning which goes on. A lot of ma'ams have said
Absolutely.
yes. We have
Absolutely,
a lot
absolutely.
of guesses for this thing. Yasmin ma'am,
Yeah, yeah.
Neena Madhu ma'am, Sonam ma'am, Farah ma'am says, Jaya ma'am says, Neeta ma'am says, Shashikala ma'am is also agreeing to it.
Yeah. So,
Anuradha,
90% I think we are in this zone. And how many are the luckiest ones who is on the other side?
oh, I want
Like
to see
that
them.
the boy. Yeah. That okay. I'm relaxed. It's okay. We can lead. I'll manage. I will live in my dreams and slow and steady life. Very difficult to get right nowadays. So if this is
True,
the
true.
condition, but then we have to have a life which is peaceful and happy, right? We have full right to live our life with all the happiness and with all the activities which gives me peace, right? Which gives me peace in my emotional state, in my mental state, in my physical state. I should have some time for me. That is the me time, which we may be planning. We are planning years after years. Maybe we are planning to lose our weight. Maybe we are planning to go for yoga sessions. Maybe we are planning to go for an evening walk, morning walk. But we keep on planning years after years, but time just goes away, right? So many of us, we face this type of stress factors. So you can see like so many stress factors on the screen. First is obviously work life balance. Then we have job insecurities, which is a very important factor which gives us stress to most of us here. I know that you will be agreeing. Job insecurity. If I'm not giving my best, if my performance is not up to that mark, then maybe my increment will not be there. I will not be promoted, or maybe I anything else can happen. So that is definitely a stress factor. Work intensity at times becomes too heavy, right? To cope up prolonged working hours. Although we have a certain time limit for working hours as for the management of the school, different schools, but still after reaching home we again continue with our work itself, whether it is question paper making, or whether it is answer sheet corrections, whether it is planning for any activity, the lesson plan. So we keep on doing that, and that is also giving us stress. Stagnancy. At some point of time we feel like we are stagnant, right? We are doing the same job. What am I doing? This type of questions come in our mind, that what am I actually doing? I'm teaching the same children, I'm teaching the same classes, the same syllabus years after years, right? So stagnancy, we feel like having a change. Expectations, management's expectations, as I said in the beginning, then our own expectation as well, right? Managerial methods wherever you're working, that workplace. Sometimes there are some kind of other negative environment where a lot of gossips are happening, or negative talks are happening, or unhealthy competition, we can say, is there. That definitely gives us stress. Technology. At times nowadays, we are all tech savvy, but at times few things are now AI is coming up, and it is taking over, as sir said in the very beginning. So many are there here, who might not be so tech savvy, and sometimes get stuck or find out people around them who can help them, assist them. And if they're not getting that help or assistance or cooperation from others, this gives us stress, that how I will do this, right? And apart from all these factors, the last one, which we don't talk at all, or we don't want to discuss at all, we want to keep it within ourselves, or maybe one or two friends if you are lucky enough to share with, that is our personal problems, right? So so many stress factors are there in our occupation. And if we talk about teacher, then there are lots of other responsibilities which a teacher is doing, right? So first, if you say that we have to start with the content planning, we have to talk about the students, the curriculum. Already I think it has started in many schools. The session will be beginning in the month of April. So already your workload is decided, which classes you are going to take, what type of activities you are going to plan, the micro schedule, everything we are preparing ourselves, right? So that knowledge of the content should be there within you. How many times you are going to turn the pages and look into the, so you're actually mugging up that what I have to teach this month, next month. Then definitely other responsibilities, like of proper instructions to be given. You should not miss out any notices, you should not miss out any circulars which is being shared by the authorities, you should not miss out any information which you are supposed to share to the students. And if you're missing it out, then there will be huge mess. So every day, there are new things which we are doing. Assessing the students work, definitely it is a part of our job, and we are doing it. Okay, providing a safe and secure learning environment to the learners. So we need to take care of the discipline in the class. We need to take care of the ones who are actually disturbing in the class, and find out methods to keep the class under control or within our control. planning the instructions that should be meeting the students and the curriculum, whatever curriculum you're following. Communication, very, very important. Misunderstandings should not be there between the learners or your colleagues or even your parents, right? So communication skills, very, very important. What you are trying to say, what you're trying to reflect, what you're trying to reach out, that should be done properly. There should not be any misunderstanding. And yes, demonstrating your professionalism. Too much personal attachments in your professional world can give you stress, definitely. Okay. And ultimately, what the management or any school organization wants from you, they will definitely see the results. That's a student's achievement, right? So as we are talking over here, physical, then that is body stress. It brings stress in our mind, it brings stress in our behavior changes, and it brings in stress or changes in our emotions as well, right? So if you see here, like if we talk about physical, it makes us feel tired. When we come home and we feel tired, we don't have time to have a cup of tea also properly, or sitting and relax at least half an hour. you know Relaxation, we say, we feel fatigued. We feel a lot of headaches. Okay, muscles start paining, sometimes skin irritations, and infections, breathing problems, BP. I don't know how many of you are facing that. High blood pressure, most of us are having, right? Sugar. So backbone pain, pain in the neck and spondylitis, all this is common diseases we start facing if we are in this job. Prolonged hours of standing, prolonged hours of talking continuously, then definitely your eyes are also affected, right? So many things we are sacrificing as a teacher, and we are burning out each and every day. When we talk about mind, as I said, we start worrying, we start feeling negatives at times, we feel low, we start taking hasty decisions, our judgment somewhere becomes different. So that also affects us. And when we talk about our behavioral skills, we loss of appetite. Like, how many of you feel the hunger that it's now time for me to eat? I don't know. That hunger we should feel that, okay, this is time for me to have the food. And at times, if we feel also we are so much bogged down with work, we try to delay that process. Okay, I'll take it after half an hour, 1 hour. And that definitely again affects our behavior. When we are driving, most of the time, whenever my teachers, they rush, there's a certain time, right, within which you have to enter the campus. And if you're late by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you have started late, your day starts late, then what is it? Definitely chances of getting accidents on the road that do happen. Maybe sometimes the scooters are skidding, or it is very common. We feel restless, we feel lonely, then sleep disorders also are there, right? And emotionally, sometimes we lose our confidence, we start having lot many apprehensions, we feel like I'm not being paid attention, or we feel like I'm not so valuable, I'm putting my all the efforts, I'm not getting the result what I want to, I'm not getting the appreciation what I want.
Madam,
Okay, I'm not getting the increment. So all
uh,
these challenges
Mallika
we
ma'am,
do face. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
someone says overeating due to stress. If you experience stress,
Yes.
do you eat too much sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are lots of problems, they are agreeing with. Let's focus on the solution. What is the way out?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
please.
these are the reasons. So why we are burned out, right? So if I move to the next slide, and these are the symptoms which we have already discussed with, right? And now the treatment. When we talk about treatment, we have to move towards some hobbies, right? So you need to find out that what is your hobby, or what gives you relaxation, gives you peace, or gives you happiness, something which is different than what you are doing on a daily basis, right? So if you can you please write in the chat box, what is your hobby?
Music, says Jaya Chitra ma'am.
So
Sumitra ma'am agrees with music.
hobbies can, ease the stressful situation, right? So one of the
Yes.
remedies.
Yes.
Okay. So let's discuss about
Farah ma'am believes
the
learning and
remedies.
teaching. Reena ma'am, I agree with you. Shopping and watching movies. Bharti ma'am adds gardening and marathons. Wow, that's good. Pradeep
Okay.
sir says poem listening. Niloy sir loves to read. Lavanya ma'am watches Insta reels related to language development. Archana ma'am, there is no time left with us for hobby but enjoying teaching.
Okay.
Sushma ma'am adds devotional songs and meditation walks. Dipali
Mm-hmm.
ma'am loves gardening. Aarti ma'am loves going out. Suchitra ma'am actually playing outdoor, she writes. Yasmin
Okay.
ma'am says, I spend time with my pet. Yeah, that's a good hobby.
Yes,
Vidya ma'am
yes.
says, taking new knowledge and dancing. Saraswati ma'am adds to that she likes to do walking. Sultana ma'am remembers her childhood days and laughs with her daughter.
So this all means we should compulsorily find time to, have some, quality time in our life, right?
Agree with you,
With
sir.
our
Agree with you.
habits and all. That is one of the ways out to ease stress. So there is
Yeah.
no compromise on having quality time in our life, so that you can strike balance between personal and professional life. Otherwise, burnout will be more. We have seen that 50%, 55% is burnout with happening with female, workers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next solution.
Yes, sir. So, if you see here, this is also another, data which is showing the teachers and principals and the working adults, like how much percentage we are burning out, and then what are the symptoms of depression, why we're not being, and what are the resilience, how much of resilience we can show, right? So these are some of the tips to reduce the stress as a teacher. So first is obviously spending more and more time on our hobbies. Second, we have to somewhere, someone said just now that I enjoy teaching, right? Some madam said that she
Yes, ma'am.
enjoys
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
So, yes, so she said acceptance. That is what the answer is. Like accepting the fact that teaching at times can be stressful, but then we have to embrace it and remember that this is what we have chosen, right? And then, secondly, you have to somewhere learn to say no when you really feel like, no, I cannot do it, right? Or you really feel that you don't have time to take it at home and complete it. Somewhere you have to say very politely that I will complete this work the next day. Third point, which I have already asked you, that is relaxation. You should have certain time within your 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you should have the time to relax, and whatever hobbies you said, that are the best things. Fourth, how to reduce the burnout or the stress. Time management is important again. If we plan our time accordingly, that this much I am going to spend on my work, this much on my hobbies, and this particular time especially on my family or maybe some social event. Fifth one, meditation, yoga, that is positive, that brings us positive thinking. In many schools there are regular sessions of meditation and yoga before the day starts, right? Or maybe the day starts with a prayer. So that definitely gives us positive thinking. Then we have to work smartly. Use of technology is very, very important. A lot of documentation we can do it on the screen itself using your laptop or desktop, right? Not in papers, and you start searching your papers, where is it, it gets lost at times. So have a habit of putting the documents in a soft copy. And usually you should have some files you should start mailing to yourself, so that it doesn't get lost and you're not stressed out. So you have to start working smartly, right? Next one is enough sleep. Very, very important, right? Getting enough sleep. So we need to somewhere try to manage our time properly, and at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep we should have. Drinking enough water, that also is very, very important. And 5 to 10 minutes, whatever it is, you should have some kind of meditation sessions, and start surrounding yourself with positive people, the ones who will be giving you positivity. And talk about giving you positivity means what you can do it, or you can use your own innovative ideas which will be appreciative, right? So this I thought to share, but then I know many of you have seen this video where it is showing that the cook, he's forgetting to give the salt, or sorry, forgetting to give the sugar and the milk as well, and not even the tea leaves, and only the hot water is being served. How many us actually have done such type of behavior, and later on you found, oh my god, what I did, like instead of giving sugar you gave salt? How many of us, can you please share some experiences where you really got burned out and stressed out and you did something which later on you felt quite funny? Why I did? Any such incident?
99% it may happen, right, ma'am? With everyone. Instead of sugar,
Agree
they
to
put
it, sir.
salt in the tea.
Yes. Yeah.
I kept rice without water in pressure cooker. Wonderful.
Pressure
My God.
cooker. Oh my God. That's dangerous.
Yeah, okay. Any other answers? Has it ever happened with anyone else? And yeah, I left milk on the stove. That is very common.
Yeah.
And we forget.
Keeping the fridge door open and thinking what for I'm here.
Yes,
Relatable.
absolutely.
It's a very, very nice, activity we can do. Adding, instead of oil, dishwasher liquid.
Dish during inspection. My God, often forget to put sugar, more
Okay.
salt,
Oh.
different
So,
shoes,
Madam,
and
this
reach
all,
school.
these all happening should be brought to the notice of the school principal, no?
Hmm.
Right.
I hope they are here, sir, in the session.
Left my phone in the fridge.
He leaves
Shraddha
in
ma'am
Dal.
says,
Only
oh
phone,
dear.
no. Some people keep their babies also in the fridge.
My God, two different earrings, left
In
gas on
in
twice
the
and
car
rushed to
also,
school.
they lock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Very common leaving my phone for charging, but without switching it on. I left, Neeta ma'am says I left gas on twice and rushed to school. Oh my God, that's so
Cool.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And ma'am mentions two different earrings.
So
So
there should
you
be some
see,
ways out. No.
yes, sir.
7 ways to reduce stress at work. Okay.
Yes, sir. So, so we have to take a deep breath, start the work with a lot of positivity, start with some prayers. We have morning assemblies, which should not be only like a mechanical, we have to do the assembly, not like that. You can actually begin the day in a very positive manner with a proper schedule. Recognize you should have a checklist. That's how I work actually. Each and every day, we should have a checklist date wise, that these are the work which I should finish before the day gets over, and try to put the tick mark that okay, now these things are done. Usually it cannot be like all the checklists, whatever you have planned, it will be done. Then you move it on to the next day, but try to complete again. But that should not give a stress. Checklist will make you remember that what are the work that you have to complete. So you will be a bit planned, in a planned manner you can move ahead for the day, right? Get organized. That is what the third point is. Making a schedule, like as I said again, a proper timetable. Avoid any kind of interruptions. When we talk about interruptions, what are the factors which interrupts us in our work? What are the factors which interrupts and we get delayed? Then we are not able to finish our work which we are supposed to, maybe in 8 hours, 7 hours. So what are the interruptions usually you face when you are at your workplace, or maybe you're trying to complete a work?
Bharti ma'am suggests we should start diary writing. That helps a lot.
Yes,
She has got a
absolutely.
suggestion.
Thank you. Yeah. What interruptions or disturbances you feel that you are doing a work, but then you are not able to do it and it gets delayed, right? So
Sumitra
many
ma'am
interruptions
starts
are
with
there.
time management. Yeah, sorry ma'am.
Time management, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Lavanya ma'am says substitution period, then sudden staff
Yes,
meeting, proxy classes,
yes,
late circular from school, talking disturbances, keeping important notes, Ranjita Kaur Math's sudden staff
This
meeting.
all, school authority should take care, right? There should be a mechanism. Teachers must be in the midst of their routine work. Suddenly, a meeting is called and given assignment with enough time. So this will all disrupt their mental what do you call mindfulness and all. So this all should be brought to the notice of the authority. Even we, our principals, also should take care that
Yes, sir.
proper planning is there so that teachers are not disturbed. So I do take care. I do make sure that everything is done according to the plan, so that teachers also will get organized. They are also trained to get organized so that everything goes very smoothly. So otherwise, this will be causing disturbance and turbulence in the midst of their busy schedule. So wonderful
Yes, sir.
inputs by participants as well. Go ahead, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So now, see, we are talking about stress management. So, as I said, positivity, managing your time, keep time for your hobbies, okay, have proper meals, sleeping time, positive attitude, yoga. So many points are given here. Exercise, meditation, which you have already answered, and managing it properly. So these are some of the steps for stress management, or the strategies which we can apply in our workplace, right? Assessing ourselves, ensuring proper nutrition, micro breaks. Take micro breaks. That is very important. So if you're working 1 hour, 2 hours, sitting at one place in front of the system, screen time, as we talk about, please get up, take a walk, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then again continue. So sleep hygiene is very, very important again. So these are some of the techniques which will de-stress us. So same thing again, I'm showing you here. Movement here means exercise again, right? So Mondays should not be like after every Sunday. The Monday should not be a stressful one. It should be a de-stress Monday, right? How many of you do therapy, spa? Do you have time? And many of you have written also, but do you really go for all the hobbies which you have written? Are you able to manage your time? Are you really working on the hobbies and exercises and reading books and going for shopping or movies? How often do we go? That's also a question, right? Sometimes we do plan, but we cannot manage. So, please,
We
whatever
started the
you.
conversation with
At this
Yes,
juncture,
yes,
what advice we have to give is there should not be any compromise on this, activities. Teachers should
yes,
take care of their personal, health and personal, what do you call, quality life also. So if they have to do stress, I mean, get rid of the stress and all these activities. Can we show the previous slide, ma'am? All these
yes, sir.
activities should be compulsorily made. Yeah, this activity, you can listen to music, you can go for some, some recreational activities and all, exercise. There should not be any compromise. So we, do a lot of sacrifice on this. That's the problem. Then we,
Yes, sir.
feel burning out a lot. So please, requesting everybody not to compromise on these, sides, so that we can have a definite balance between the professional and personal life. Go ahead, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so as sir very rightly said, set your priorities. You see whether the situation is actually where you can change yourself, you can reframe your goals, start spending times with your family and friends. Most of the time, we don't attend any events or any celebrations which is happening in our family. Right? Maybe at that time only exams are going on, maybe your corrections are pending, maybe results are there. So school demands so many things, organization where you're working. But then we compromise our family and friends, and somewhere we socially, maybe in the social media we are there, but when it comes to our real life, we are somewhere, we are cutting ourselves off the connections. So this, we have to take care, and definitely it will help us to move ahead with a lot of positivity, and it will take care of our wellness as well. So this is what we are discussing today. So spend time with nature. Sometimes you can go to the park, in the garden, in the forest, take a break during the vacations. Please move out from your routine daily life and check out what is it which is different during those days, and bring a lot of energy and recharge and refresh yourself for the next session or the next plan, right? So the signs, we have already talked about it. Like when we are overworked, we feel energy low in energy, we get bored. These are some of the signs of burnout. If you're really facing all these points which is there on the screen, okay, you start caring less about your job. You constantly you feel like fatigue. You are planning but it is not happening. You don't have time to talk to your colleagues. You're feeling bored, lack of energy. If all any of the points you're facing, that means somewhere you're actually burning out yourselves out, right? Lack of professional development, you don't feel like attending the trainings, constantly you are over pressurized for the workload. So definitely these are some of the signs of burnout. If you're really facing, please you start spending time more and more on the solutions or the tips that we are discussing today, right? And yes, again, professional development and training somewhere helps us. Like you are here today, mentorship programs, you can listen to some inspirational videos, right? Focus more on self-care, spending more time with your friends, reducing the administrative work, right? And here, if you see, ultimately why we should do it, we have to somewhere keep ourselves calm, enjoy our life, have fun, go outside, take it easy and relax, and yes, obviously unplug ourselves for the next class. So these are some of the classroom management strategies. If you are really feeling that you are stressed out because of the work that you're doing, if you do it in this way, establish yourself with your clear expected lesson plan, very very important. Build some positive relationships. You should have some routines, you should have some positive reinforcements, engage the students in some activity. I feel that we can improve. These are some of the 9 ways which I have put up on the screen for the schools who can improve the teacher and the staff well-being. If any principal, the in charges or headmistress or um, principals are there in the session, then definitely these are some of the ways which we can implement in our schools, right? So it should not be uh, forcefully done with the teachers. Take your team as a the teamwork we talk about, it should be a positive teamwork, right? It should not be forcefully done that you have to do it. You make
Also,
them feel,
madam, there
understand
should
that
be
this is
some
what.
fun activities for teachers, at
Absolutely,
least
sir.
once a
Fun.
while, weekly, maybe
Correct, sir.
Saturdays and all. They can gather, they
Yes,
can,
sir.
have fun. So this all will ease out tension and stress.
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I'll tell you, like, going for picnics, when we go for staff picnics and all, the type of when we see the teachers enjoying, having the fun, that is something different. And that type of energy and that type of connection and loving the music, the food, spending time in photography and whatever it is, dancing, singing, that, is not somewhere goes down when they are continuously working in the campus. So those type of some picnics, or maybe together we are watching a movie also, if in the campus. Like few days back, I have asked my teachers, they were continuously doing their corrections and all, and almost it was over, the report card was going on. So I gave them 1.5 hour time, sir, and in the hall, and in the television, in school itself, they enjoyed a movie. And I'll tell you, there's a very good movie called Pariksha. You can watch that. I don't know how many of you have watched it. It's a beautiful movie, and teachers really enjoyed it. So that also somewhere, takes away the stress.
Very
So
good,
we
madam.
have to be somewhere, the meetings should be cut short. We should, the weekend policies when they are on leave, especially on Sundays or Saturday evening, we have to take care that we have to give time to the family. More and more phone calls, more and more sitting on your emails and continuously checking what is coming on the WhatsApp at times become cumbersome, actually, right? So we have to, as a school, should always try to survey maybe the staff anonymously, sometimes minimize the written marking, always feedback verbally or in written way may sometimes, demotivate the teacher. Right, a proper planning assessment should be there. School counselor, very, very important. School counselors are not only there for counseling the children, they are also a good counselor for the teachers, right? That can be also taken. And yes, trainings again, CPD training on strategies like we are doing today. and very few sessions we actually have on this, how to reduce and manage our stresses, right? So if we do in this way, then definitely I think it will be a healthy atmosphere to work with and have fun,
This
right?
training should be discussions, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Instead of formal training, there should be discussions. That is actually CPD only, so that as a team they can combat all the challenges.
Correct. Yes, sir. Absolutely true, sir. And this session which we are having, it is an online session where we cannot see each other, right? We are only reading reading whatever you're writing in the chat box. When we have offline sessions, that also definitely affects us a lot, and we get recharged. We start thinking positively. We start thinking, okay, from today onwards, I will be giving my time for my relaxation, for my own health, for my social well-being, for my mental health, whatever you say, that becomes big, gives us a lot of positivity. And sometimes, few things you have to let it go off. As I said in the very beginning, errors will be there. Don't start thinking too much on that. Overthinking at times can make us feel demotivated, that why I did this wrong. And too much of if you're too much in the competition, that also somewhere takes away our confidence, right? So teacher well-being. So let's, if you see this model that is there on the screen, these are the indicators, indicates a skill ranked in the top half of the skills by the teacher. So if you see here, social skills. So social skills, learning community, we should have a collaboration. Teacher-parent relationship should be good and easygoing. The management as well as the leader should take care of it. Teacher-student relationship, at times, if it is going in a different direction, your peers or your colleagues should give advices how to deal with it. You should always open up and talk about the problems, okay? Then definitely individual beliefs are there, self-esteem, you should be flexible towards your work. Guidance and counseling, go for some guidance and counseling sessions, take advice from your seniors, sit with your principal, tell him or her, what is it that is creating problem, and want to come out, please give me suggestions. Your classroom methodology, how you're preparing, and how you're training yourself, research, you can work on that also. That will make your work easier, right? When we talk about work ethic, obviously a good well dressed look when we have in the early morning when we are going for our work, definitely somewhere gives us positivity, rather if we are dragging ourselves. So keep yourself well dressed, well groomed, manage your time properly, try to be the role model, keep working hard, right? And then lastly, definitely respect and dignity, your support from your administration, your economic status, all these pointers somewhere is working for the teacher's well-being only. So moving to the next one. So will I share this video or we'll move to the next slide?
Malika ma'am, we have 5 minutes only, so I think you can move to the next. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So 5 ways to well-being. Again, let's repeat 5 ways all together. So first one is be active. What you said, the hobbies. Okay, be active. Connect with your friends and family members. Keep learning. Keep taking trainings. Do not stop that. It will bring stagnancy. Then giving and sharing always helps us feel positive. Okay, so connection with others, sharing your knowledge, you'll feel quite a lot of positivity. And take notice if you really feel that you're slowing down somewhere, or you then take notice, okay, you divert your attention to some other activity, then come back and keep going. Yeah, someone has raised Saraswati by
Yeah,
raised her
we
hand.
can give if we have
Later.
finished the presentation, we can give
Okay,
them
sir.
chance.
Sure. And these are some of the well-renowned and great teachers of our country. He says the true teachers are those who helps us think for ourselves. So actually, when we are making our learners think about themselves, somewhere we have to take care of ourselves also, because we have a huge role to play in their life. Dr. APJ Abdul Salam says, your best teacher is your last mistake. That is, when you feel, then Chanakya says education is the best friend, and educated person is respected everywhere. So that's what we are. Education actually beats the beauty and the youth, whatever it is, right? A virtuous and truth speaking and educated person is Arya, while opposite to that, we always feel like we should be honest and truthful. We should have that path of working, we say ethical working. Then you see lots of stress will be less in our lives. Main objective of teaching, Rabindranath Tagore says, is not to give explanations, but yes, to knock at the doors of the mind. Savitri Bai Phule says, awake, arise, and educate. Smash all the traditions and let's liberate. And Swamiji says, if the poor cannot come to the education, education must reach out to them. That's what we are doing in education for all, inclusive education, right? So that's what we are doing in our life. To be successful, Premchand says, in life, what is needed is education, not literacy and degrees. So now it's time for you to think that, how well you can keep yourselves and how you can plan your profession or passion in the next session, and start thinking whom I'm teaching, what I'm teaching, how I will teach, and how will I know if the students are understanding me, right? One video was there.
Ma'am, in the meantime, I request the participants. Feedback and certificate link have been displayed in the chat box. Keep a note of it.
टीचर होना आसान नहीं होता। पसीने को स्याही बना के पेन में भरना पड़ता है, तब जाके बच्चों की किस्मत लिखी जाती है।
ठंडी आग में सोना निखरते देखा है कभी? नहीं ना, इसीलिए पहले खुद जलना पड़ता है।
कभी सिलेबस बदल जाता है तो कभी टेक्नोलॉजी। टीचर पहले पढ़ता है, फिर पढ़ाता है, क्योंकि जब तक टीचर का जूता नहीं घिसता, स्टूडेंट्स का फ्यूचर नहीं चमकता।
बच्चों की उम्र से उम्र मिलाकर दौड़ना पड़ता है। अगर खुद स्लो हो गए तो वो कैसे तेज भागेंगे?
खुद की जिंदगी का गणित भले ही कितना भी उलझा हो, बच्चों के इक्वेशन को सुलझाना ही पड़ता है। टीचर होना आसान नहीं होता। प्रिंसिपल की डांट को मुस्कान बनाना पड़ता है। इनकी खुशियों के बीच अपना गम छुपाना पड़ता है। पेरेंट्स का गुस्सा प्यार बना के लौटाना पड़ता है। टीचर होना आसान नहीं होता। सभी बच्चे हीरे होते हैं, लेकिन जौहरी बन के टीचर ही बताता है किसको कैसे तराशना है।
लीड सल्यूट करता है हर एक टीचर को, क्योंकि टीचर होना आसान नहीं और टीचर से ज्यादा कोई महान नहीं।
So I hope you have liked the video, right? So, it's not easy to be a teacher again. And, what we are discussing today, it is your well-being. If you are not well, our students won't be. So it's time to think that, okay, we will think about our relaxation, refresh, and recharge ourselves for the next session, because the well-being of any teacher is within our own hearts. Although maybe education is preparing us to teach, it is the love of learning that always keeps us going and continuously motivates us, to give more and more to our learners. So with this, I end the presentation, and I will ask this one last question to all of you, that if you really feel so many, the problems or stress that you're facing, I also have lot many, although I'm not writing in the chat box. If sir gives me opportunity as a participant someday, I will write, but I'm not writing it. But then what is it that motivate you all to keep going in this profession? That's my last question to all of you. What is it that motivates you? You have seen the video just now.
Passion only, right? Right from the beginning, passion and profession.
I want to state, ma'am, it's the smile of the students at the end of the day that keeps me going.
Absolutely. Students smile.
Yeah.
And
Iman, we have a lot of teachers who are trying responsibility, passion to learn and teach,
that's the
difference
question,
we
why we are
make.
still here. Yeah. Okay.
My students and parents' feedback motivates me, says Sunita ma'am.
Absolutely. Very, very good.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Pooja ma'am says
We,
student success is our motivation.
yes, ma'am. We eagerly wait for their results and we feel like we have passed. Right? Old
Anita
student
ma'am
comes and
says,
speaks,
yeah,
telling that he was my student. Yes, ma'am. Technology absolutely cannot replace their progress. Students settling in their careers. Oh my God. Yes, please. That keeps us motivated. We have talked about lots of ways out, like refreshing ourselves, hobbies, music, this, that. But ultimately, when we look into the profession, nothing can gives us more satisfaction and content than seeing our students achieving what we want them to do, right? And that's why we are somewhere happy also to keep ourselves burning. But that should not take away the passion and the fire from us, that we are compromising in our health, or we are compromising in our mental health or physical health or anything like that. You take out ways, talk to your leaders, talk to your in charges, pass on the messages, this is what we want. I think we can make changes, and I think after this session, many of us here, we have spoken our heart out, and we somewhere, when we talk also to each other, we feel relaxed that someone is there to listen to me, right? And more sessions like this will definitely help us take out, like I'm also feeling so much relaxed seeing so many of them are thinking just like as we do, right? So we're on the same platform. Student feedback, yes, yes. So many answers. Thank you so much, thank you so much for all the answers, and so much of active participation in the chat box. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Soumya ma'am.
thank you so much for today's session, ma'am. I would like to add that, ma'am, we all are struggling from zero error syndrome. That is, we don't want to make mistakes in our life or
Yes,
anywhere. And we want to put ourselves in that motto that अगर मेरे से गलती हो जाए तो सब बोलने लगेंगे मेरे बारे में. So we are
yes ma'am.
afraid to make a mistake. And
Yes, yes.
today's course was actually, thank you, sir. It was a refresher course, and all the teachers I have seen in chat box, they are super delighted to have a session like this, and I'm definitely sure they are looking forward to a refreshed
Thank you.
morning,
And
Monday
Soumya, Miss
morning.
Soumya, sorry to interrupt. May I
Yes, sir.
leave because it is time for iftar, breaking the
Oh, sure, sure,
fasting,
sure,
breaking the
sure,
fasting,
sure,
and
sir, sure, sir.
Mr. Biju ESP will be managing it. He will be winding up. And thank you so much, participants. Thank you, Malika ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. So much effort you have put in, and very well presented. Thank you so much. And equally, it was very graceful to have Soumya Abhilash Nair on board with us. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
everybody.
much, sir.
Yeah, keep
Thank you
learning,
so
keep
much,
learning.
sir.
Over to Biju sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Over
sir.
to Soumya.
Yes, sir. Now, I would like to open the platform for any discussion. Anyone wants to put any query, you may please put it in the chat box. And also participants, we have put across the feedback and certificate link in the chat box. You kindly can make a note of it.
I think Saraswati ma'am, she had raised her hand long back. If she is there, can you please unmute her?
1 second.
When the session was going on, she had raised her hand. Ma'am,
Yeah.
are you there in the session?
Yes, I have unmuted Saraswati ma'am. Saraswati
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
you can unmute yourself. Saraswati ma'am. I think Saraswati ma'am is not available. Are there any participants who want to put across their question? Ma'am, the session was so well conducted that I don't think anyone will have a doubt because we all have tried to associate ourselves to each and every slide that you had put across, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I thought of showing 2-3 more videos so that we can laughing, have activity or laugh at the videos. But then due to shortage of time, I could not. But I can share the link later on. Yeah, Anita ma'am had raised her hand. Please.
Anita ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
Yes,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am. I'm Anita Prasad from Bangalore. I am in this teaching profession from past 25 years. So when I see my
Yes.
students, when they come across, when I'm outside, because we won't be able to recognize in the long way. So they recognize me and when they come and speak to me, telling that I am your student. So all the problem is very happy that I'm in this profession.
This is what passion is.
Given God Almighty to the teachers, ma'am. Wherever we go, hospital, wherever we go, or come as women as soon as expression, everything has gone, but they will recognize all that. That feelings. It's a great experience.
Yes.
I think there are no questions. Yeah, somebody raised their hand.
Archana ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ashna from Vaniambadi.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, can you give some tips to control our reaction and responses to stressful situations?
Yeah. Actions, right? To stressful, the action should be most of the time to keep quiet. It's very important. At that moment when stressful situations are there, if we start, react verbally, sometimes, we don't know that what we're telling, and out of stress or maybe out of pressure, start